Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's show. I am Mirjam. I'm a professional astrologer, and I help people if they're a little bit stuck on their journey, if they need a bit of guidance in terms of, be that relationships, be that career, and also help people to just, in general, understand themselves better and understand their unique nature so they can get the best out of their lives and can adjust their lives so that it really suits their individual nature. And I've been doing this for 12 years, and yeah, hopefully I'll keep going for a very long time. Yes, welcome today. We are nearly in a new moon in Cancer. That will happen during the night, so between today and tomorrow. And so I want to talk a little bit about that new moon. It seemed like in recent shows that people are very, very interested in learning more about the moon. There was lots of moon related questions. So I'm happy to explain a little bit about that and just a very quick snapshot of what is currently going on in the sky up there. So we have a new moon in Cancer, as I said, and there's also Lilith on top of this new moon. Lilith is a symbol for the wild, untamed energy. It's a feminine energy, so it's like a feminine power. So this is like a new moon that can really encourage all of us to unleash that feminine, that is like suppressed feminine energy within us, or maybe just tamed. Not suppressed, maybe it's a bit severe, but whatever that may be in your life, because the sign of Cancer is obviously feminine sign. It's the sign, the feminine sign. It rules the menstrual cycle. It rules the tides. We know all that. The moon is at home in the sign of Cancer. So that's where it's most comfortable in. And this is its home sign. And this is why the feminine energies are just really highlighted by this new moon in Cancer. Okay, so we've got Lilith on top. So it's just a very, the it's an expression really of desires and needs, and they can be physical and emotionally. Most likely there's an emphasis on emotional needs, because this is what the moon is all about, and especially in Cancer, its own sign. It's a super emotional moon. And there's also Jupiter in a square to this moon. Jupiter in Aries is squaring this new moon, so that means it's a strong, like, driving force. There's a lot of motivation behind going for a new start, or bringing something out, showing something, revealing something, maybe just acknowledging a desire that you have felt within yourself for a very long time, but you have been very shy in terms of letting it come to the light, in terms of really showing it, and maybe just talk about it, or maybe just admitting it to yourself. So this can be really helpful. I just want to quickly show you my, I've got my trusty oracle here again. You know this from last time, the wonderful Moonology cards. And there's even a new one that's just arrived. This is the Moonology one for the moon in full moon, new moon, sorry, it's new moon in Cancer. It says you and your loved ones are safe. So yes, safety can also be a big issue. Cancer is a sign that has a really strong need to feel safe. So that means, like, if you feel encouraged, if you feel safe now, that means that you can allow yourself to really make the most of this potent energy and just go after your desires, or take whatever step in that direction, or whatever that may be in your personal journey, or just maybe unlock something within you emotionally that has been hidden, or you have not dared to access that. So but now you know that you're safe. And there's also this new one that I've got, and it's also a Moonology. It's by the same author, and it's called Moonology Manifestation. So this should help us to really boost our manifesting skills, and it shows that like what journey we are on, and can help us to attract what we want. And here we've got the new moon in Cancer, and it also says relax. So I think that's a good message as well. You know, just relax and take some time out, and maybe some of us have been working very hard, and so this is the time to just maybe sit back. And I have a couple friends with Cancer moons, and they really love their beds. They really love their sofas a lot. So just give you an idea of where that may lead you, or whatever you can do to just relax. It can also be just playtime, or maybe more sleep, or whatever you love doing that helps you to relax. Okay, so the rest of the setup here, I just want to say one or two sentences about Mars and Jupiter still in Aries. It's still a lot of masculine energy there. These are two very masculine fire planets in the very masculine fire sign of Aries. So if you are affected by that, maybe if you are a fire sign yourself, or your moon or rising are in the fire element, then this can help you to just push forward and make your move, and make a big progress, because now we have the courage. Yeah, we have the courage, and also most likely with Jupiter the opportunity to be seen, or to go for something big, to really go after what we want, go after our goals, and not be hesitant, because that is not in the nature of Aries. A little word of caution though. Mars is quickly approaching the square to Pluto in Capricorn, so you don't want to overpower, and you want to be extremely crystal clear on your goals, and also where your personal standards and limitations are, so that you can really like kind of laser target. This is like laser targeted energy. So and maybe just try to be realistic, especially in terms of your expectations of yourself. I think that's a good idea. But Venus and Mercury are both in Gemini right now, and they also bring some lighthearted energy in. This is perfect for dating, flirting, just connecting with people, communicating, something more lighthearted. So I think this goes well with the moon's energy. So maybe you could just relax by just having a casual chat with someone, catching up with people or friends, or any contacts that you haven't heard from in a long time. I think this would be a good thing to do under this moon. Okay, so yeah, this is what's happening right now. It's exciting. So this is currently going on in the sky. All right, let's see who is watching the show today. So we have a look at some. Okay, so if you have a question for me to answer later, after the next section, we go into personal readings. If you have a question for me, would you please put your full birth details, including the exact place and time, and your question in the box, because otherwise unfortunately you will not be picked, because it would take just too long to just question and back and forth. Yeah, so please put your full birth details in there, and the question that you have. Thank you so much for doing that. So hello, Mary. Mary's watching. Hello, Jody. Hi, Allison. Hi, Tracy. Hello, Sarah. Hello, welcome, Tilly. Joycelyn, hello. Hello, Nadia, welcome. Hi, Jody. Hello, Carol. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Tyrone. Hello, everyone. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Tony. Hello, Christine. Hello, Terry P. Yeah, hello, Toffee Cake. Kate, hi. And hello, Carol. Well, thank you so much for joining, especially warm welcome to those who are watching for the first time, and I hope you're enjoying it. And I always welcome your comments and feedback, and just let me know what you want to hear and see. I'm happy to arrange things and give you what you want. Okay. We're going to do some personal readings now, and hopefully we've got some questions in along with the full birth details, right? So please always put your full birth details and read the instructions on the screen of what you need to put in there. That is very helpful. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, just get this ready. Right, here we've got someone. Oh, my Northern Ireland. I'm just wondering when I will feel like the person I want to be, more confident. Okay, so Tyrone. Okay, first of all, warm welcome. Don't think I've seen you here before. And I'm going to have a look at your chart. So, your details. In Ireland. Okay. So that is obviously a question I can't tell you, like, okay, in 5 years or 2 months, or, you know, exactly on that day, this is going to happen for you. But I can give you some information about what your journey is about, yeah, and where you currently are. Okay, and where it is, where it wants to lead you, or where your soul wants to lead you. So you're looking for more confidence. Okay. Right. Okay. So I don't know if you know anything about your chart, if you have had any previous experience with an astrologer, or looking stuff up online yourself, but I see a very interesting setup here. And yeah, confidence. Well, first of all, you have the sun and the rising you have in fire sign. So that's normally you're someone who should absolutely, should have no reason to, you know, not feel confident, because you've got so much power, man. This is amazing. You've got Sagittarius sun in the house of Sagittarius. So this is someone constantly being driven to learn and expand, and maybe travel, or just gain knowledge, and just constantly gain more knowledge, and someone who really wants to be I'm not going to say like a wise man, but it's like a double Sagittarius theme here. So like your soul chose this for a reason, for very good reason, because we all choose our own soul's plan for very good reasons, because this is exactly where we want to go. So I think the sun in every chart is always also a symbol about our confidence. It's because it's our core being, and it's like the director in the chart. It's kind of the power behind everything, you know, that it's like the director on a film set. I always like to put that analogy out there. So what makes you confident as a Sagittarius sun with that position? Fortunately, the sun doesn't really have any aspect, so maybe that makes it maybe a bit difficult to connect. But you just have to follow your desire for knowledge, and just understand the bigger picture, and have your own opinions, right? So what I can see as a really core factor on your path to, you know, on your self-development, let's say self-development, is that you should aim to, you can gain confidence, and that means like you can enhance and improve your self expression there with that sun here in Sagittarius in the 9th house, by constantly by gaining knowledge, and by trying to understand every day like a little bit more about how the world kind of works. You know, whatever topic you're interested in, you're likely interested in many different things. So Jupiter also rules the ninth, and it's in Leo in the fifth. So there is another sun. There's a strong sun Sagittarius theme there. So yeah, one thing that could be like your masculine power, but just the way you feel about yourself. What really helps is to gain knowledge and to really form your very own independent opinions. It's like, you know, like I've really looked into this and I've done my research and I have figured out this and this and this and this and this. And this is just one big part that should make you feel more confident, you know, because this is about knowing. This is about having really learned, having studied, really knowing what you're talking about. Yeah, not just being Gemini, blah blah blah. Or yeah, you know, I've read this in the news, but you're really doing your own research. So really pursuing the things that you're interested in. Yeah, and then that knowledge and that insights. Yeah, Sagittarius is about gaining insights. So these insights, they will help you and make you more confident overall, right? The rest of your chart, there's a very strong earth vibe here as well. Basically, earth and fire is almost all that is going on. All the rest is pretty quiet. So that's interesting. It's an interesting path. I can see a little bit of a confidence struggle with your chart ruler Mars being in Taurus retrograde on the second house cusp. Because the second house is also it has to do with how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about our potentials as well. But I think one of the main channels is really through the sun, and just enhancing your self-expression, just feeling more confident because you just know about things and you have a solid, you know, opinion. This is about really shaping your worldview. You've got tons of planets in Capricorn. There are 6 planets in Capricorn, including the North Node, plus the North Node. So Capricorn planets also honor. They can tend to be a bit shaky if they don't feel recognized, especially because they are in the 10th house. Most of them are. And you've got Moon conjunct Saturn as well in Capricorn. I think that is really one of the factors that is holding you back. Maybe it's not even the Mars. Obviously, I can't, in a 5-minute reading, I can't really dive into your whole chart, you know, but I could really do this in depth in a full session, for example. But Moon Saturn people, especially in the sign of Capricorn, there can be like an insecurity because you have, most likely during your childhood, both your parents or maybe just your mother has not given you enough reassurance that you are already good enough. Yeah, that you're already good enough. So you have to find a way to really give yourself like the food that your soul needs, and you have to become someone who is able to nurture themselves and be maybe that sometimes brings the feelings of isolation with it. Could be Moon Saturn is a bit of a loner as well, but that's totally fine. You can just retreat or just take time out or just be alone with your own ideas or things that you like to do. But if you're just inside, if you feel like there's something lacking, if you have feelings of lack, it could be because you have not been told, you have not been nurtured properly, or maybe too much emphasis has been put on outer factors such as having big success and in your career, you know, in your job, being a CEO of company XYZ or something, and you feel like, oh, I don't have that, you know, I haven't got there yet, or will I ever get there, you know. But I always look to the sun. So I would definitely recommend that you can just, that will help you a lot, just gaining knowledge and yeah, just knowing that this is something that you're good at, because Moon Saturn, yeah, can be someone who's also a bit shy. Venus is there as well. There's Mercury, there's Neptune, there's Uranus. They're all gathered there. So they can contribute sometimes to shyness, or just only really get like engaged or involved, or being brave enough to just show your skills. If you're like 150% sure that this has been rehearsed over and over, and there'll be, you know, absolutely no awkward mistakes or whatever. So nobody's gonna laugh at you, like, you know, it's no failure. Okay, so I really hope this helps, and just keep working on that. You've got a lot of power there. Okay, thank you, Tyrone. I wish you all the best. Who else is here with a question? What influence is just now Saturn? Okay, okay, that's my very dear friend Christiana asking this question. Okay, so just now, Saturn right now is in the sign of Aquarius. Okay, Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius, and that is a sign that it naturally rules. Classically rules, a classical ruler of Aquarius. And it's currently retrograde. It's currently retrograde. So like Saturn in Aquarius really brings up questions around freedom, liberty, and it's a very, very social connection or interaction, because both the sign of the primary sign that Saturn rules, which is Capricorn, and Aquarius, they're both in the fourth quadrant. So they're about transpersonal issues. They're about themes that relate to society. Yeah. So and just also just groups in general. You know, just groups, corporations, interest groups, not just, you know, to the individual. So Saturn in Aquarius can be quite tricky in terms of really allowing free expression or just new ideas to come up. Yeah, so there's this feeling of right, I want to be progressive, but somehow I can't really express this or move forward because I've got to fit in. You know, I've got to fit in, or I have to go by the rules, or someone is maybe blocking me or maybe limiting me. Yeah, so it's like, I think this is a lot about the norms about society, and a rising awareness of where we really need to shift these rules, or where people also need to take individual responsibility for their choices. Saturn, yeah, what they do, because you can't. The energy of Aquarius is a very individual one, but at the same time, the sign also talks about, as I said, groups of people, you know, bigger groups, interest groups. So we don't want to be like the lone wolf, or the, you know, the odd one within the group. But at the same time, we just need to express ourselves individually. So I think this current Saturn kind of depicts that struggle, like, right, I am entitled to my own opinion. I'm entitled to, you know, just have my say and just do things the way I want. But at the same time, there are demands. You know, Saturn can just be a symbol of demands, where I feel like this is kind of limiting my abilities, or just what I'm allowed to do, really. You know, Saturn as a representative of government, of rules, and this doesn't have to be like the actual government. It can just be also, it's just about hierarchies. It could be any superior, and for young kids, it may just be their parents, you know, most likely their father. They will say, yeah, you can do what you want, but it's according to my rules. Yeah. So within the framework that I give you, So I think it's Saturn's now being retrograde. We have to rethink that a lot of the social frameworks that we're living within, and if they're good enough to take them into the future. Okay. So I think this is primarily what Saturn is here about. Saturn is a big taskmaster, and when it shows up, it always means there's some work to do. There's most likely some quite uncomfortable energy involved, because we have to do things or cope with things that we don't like very much, or that seem like a burden or a struggle to us. But we know that Saturn is also a symbol of mastery. So if we're just willing to put in the work and just take it seriously enough, we can also achieve great things. Even though Saturn can really, in an individual chart, can really show, it's like kind of points the finger to, it's like, okay, that's your biggest lesson there, that's your biggest lesson. So I think right now this is a social lesson, and reframing some rules, because we just can't just cancel out people's liberty to do things on their own terms. Okay, I hope this answers the question. By the way, big kiss to you. Big kiss. Okay, right. Any more questions, or people with some birth information? Check this. Okay, Tracy. Hi, Tracy. Also, will I be moving soon? Okay, well, this sounds like you really want to move. I hope I can help you with that. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna have Uranus near your sun quite so. It looks like it's gonna be a move. If not this year, then probably next year. 11 a.m. Were you born in Oxford? Lovely. Very nice town, Oxford. And there we have the chart. Okay. Wait a second, and there it is. Yeah, okay, so that's a total classic. Yeah, as I just said, so your sun is 19 degrees of Taurus, and that means Uranus is approaching fast. Let me check. Uranus is currently, must already be at 17 or past 17 and a half. Okay, so it's just a degree and a half away from your sun. So most definitely there is a restlessness. There is a desire to make a change. Yeah, just very general. You also have your natal sun. Yeah, it's the orb is a bit big, but it could be like Uranus square. So it's already there in the mix. I don't know. Uranus rules your 7th house. Okay. Does this have to do maybe with a relationship, or a partner, or an ex-partner? Could be. It could be, or it could just be outside pressure, or just outside changes that bring this about. Okay. But yeah, I can definitely see movement. And Uranus is always, will help you if you have to like get out of a situation, or just like a new beginning, or a fresh beginning. Could also, by the way, it could have everything to do with career as well, because it's happening in your 10th house of career and life direction. So it's most likely this is a major opportunity for a change in life direction. Yeah, a very strong indicator that this is a major move in terms of life direction. So let me see how far this will go. I think Uranus will barely reach 19 and will be retrograde. So it may even take, so I think it will actually reach your sun exactly mm, May of next year. However, it will be so close to your sun, um, in, well, probably just a couple of weeks. Where are we now here? Because it will be like only half a degree away, so that's really super close. We'll go to 1850 or something. So maybe already in July, or more like August. Yeah, maybe August. It will be extremely close. So it could be that there's, you're starting preparations, or something will become more concrete, and then the actual move could happen. Or it could be like maybe a move in two parts some way, or you're moving, but that's not quite the right thing. And then maybe some like a second move or like a semi move is happening next year. So between now and next May, there's definitely movement for a move. So I can see that. So if you're looking to move, if you're looking for a new life direction, really, then this is the time. Yeah, wonderful. Leo rising, Leo moon on the rising sign. So it will be with a lot of passion. Currently, we have Venus and Mercury in Gemini, and you have Venus and Mercury in Gemini natally. So that's also a good indicator that you can be very much in the flow, the current energies, maybe find exactly the right people to talk to, know exactly what to say. It's easier to make maybe connections, or find out information, or find out details, or get the right support. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be rather fluid. And also you've just had your Mars return in Aries, so you're most likely all fired up for a new, it's not very Taurus here, for a new direction or a big change or beginning. You've got your sun in Taurus, but there's also strong fire in air. Yeah, so you're not one of these Tauruses, that you really have to set their house on fire to get them off their sofa, or wherever they are is a fixed sign. But no, there's definitely, and this could be more permanent then. So I hope this is going to happen for you. You're on the right track. Yeah, you're on the right track, and hopefully you're going to have a nice, good start. Okay. Thank you so much as well. Thanks so much, and all the best. All right. Let's have one more. So, okay, got lots of hearts. Okay, my birthday is 7, born in Marshall Island, place I would like to receive financial blessings. Okay, so you will have to give me a town in Mauritius, because I can't just put Mauritius. Um, yeah, Jocelyn, can you please say which town in Mauritius you were born? Because I can't just put Mauritius as as a country in the program. And whilst you're doing that, okay, I think this is like the capital or something. Is that spelled with yeah, oh, okay. I think that's where we are. No, that's just somewhere else. That's Barbados. I'm mixing it up. Um, Mauritius, Port Louis. There it is. All good. We have it in the box, and at 3 p.m. Okay. Right. So 7:32, 3 p.m. Okay, should work. Okay, so Jocelyn, so Pluto has been transiting your second house of finances for a while, so it's most likely there's been bigger changes in your whole value system, perhaps. Maybe you've had various stages of uh, safety or security financially. Technically, your second house is ruled by Saturn, which is normally a good indicator for financial safety, or at least, something reliable there. Let me have a look if there's anything I can. Okay, Sun's here. Sorry. Okay, so if you can, maybe if you can say something about something more about the current situation, and I will try to place that here. Okay, you've got Cancer Sun. This is here. I mean, this new moon, it will affect your finance axis. So yeah, potentially there could be something coming in, money coming in through maybe through other people or support of other people. Sometimes that is could even be an inheritance, because it's 8th house, very close, and your sun is in the 8th, your node is in the 8th. So let's see, I've got Jupiter here. And then I would say, just for generally like good luck, you just call it like good luck, or good energy, good vibrations, like more positive, optimistic, outgoing energy. I think when Jupiter trines your ascendant in Sag, that would be a good time. That will come close during the summer, but it will unfortunately take until next year, until it reaches the trine. Your natal Jupiter, where it is, the 11th. Okay, so otherwise there's not much going on here. What I can see, like when Pluto is about to, well, if you say Pluto is about to, that normally means, within a year or two, because Pluto moves that slowly. But it's going to briefly dip into Aquarius next year, and that will mean it will still be in the second house of your finances, and it will square your chart ruler. So that could mean a major shift there. That could mean a major shift there. Do we know that Jupiter is, the planet Jupiter is in the sign of Scorpio, so there is an underlying transformative vibe, like in your chart, that I can see with your sun in the 8th and node and your chart ruler in also in Scorpio. I would also say with Pluto in the 2nd, okay, like just as an example, I have got Pluto in the 2nd house in my natal chart, and you're putting the word like right in my mouth. This is very much about your manifesting powers, really having an impact. And so what I can see when this square happens, which is already forming, it's already there. Pluto in the 2nd house is all about willpower and direction of mental focus on what you want to bring into your physical reality, the 2nd house. Okay, so it's the journey from the mind into towards things that you can see and taste and touch, and basically it's about attracting power. So I can see like a big boost, or maybe something significant, probably shift of energy in terms of your manifesting power. So the most important thing I want to tell you is that you need to direct your focus. The way it works best is to direct your focus to to really what you want. Don't just focus on, oh, I want money, because we know that money is energy. And in order to, and I've been studying law of attraction also for a number of years now, so a little bit about it. The energy needs something to flow that, and it most easily flows when you are emotionally involved in something. And how do you get emotionally involved in something? Well, it's by creating an image, Pluto, of what you want and what you want to see. So don't just say like, I want this amount, X amount of money, but say, what do you want the money for then? What do you want to buy with the money? Do you want the house, or do you want your own, whatever it is, what do you want? Or do you want to buy something nice for yourself, or whatever? What is it that really gets you emotionally involved? Because we know that Pluto is like a mental, but also very much an emotional. It was sign of Scorpio, so very much emotional energy. And it best works when you fuel this manifesting power and this focus by by strong emotions. So focus on the things that you want and how good it would feel to have this. And then you should open up like some sort of channel there. Okay, so but there is an ongoing transformation. Pluto has been in your second house for quite a while, so that's most likely that's been ongoing. It can still happen. I think there could be like a peak or a big shift possibly between now, like over the next 2 years. So it's already in the works. But the task with Pluto is to get very clear about what you want. And because your chart ruler is in the sign of Scorpio, we have a strong correlation between these two energies. So this is all about really knowing what you want and not wavering, being very certain, because Pluto can be quite nasty. Because if you have got any doubts, it's going to say, nah, you're not really convinced, are you? So so if you could just ask yourself, like, how convinced am I? Or maybe it's also a question of being deserving. All these water planets, Pisces moon, Cancer sun. If you're like, oh, maybe I'm, it's going to be harder for me, or maybe I'm not as good as others are, or maybe not as deserving. So if the more you become aware of what is maybe telling you that it's difficult, or maybe that you're not worthy, or maybe that something says that it's not meant to happen for you, if you can just uncover this and kind of really convince yourself and just really bring your focus on what you really want to create, get emotionally involved in this goal. Pluto is all about goals. Yeah. So I wish you all the best, because this can definitely happen for you when these two come together, and you are on the way. Thank you so much. All the best for you. Have we got one more question? Maybe question about astrology. Question here. Yeah, Tony, wonderful. Yeah, he's been waiting for this the whole time. Okay, does my relationship with Capricorn work well? Well, yeah, good question. Very good question. Thanks, Tone. I believe it will do. It will work well, because what a good relationship between people's sun signs does is, like, it gives you this immediate familiar wavelength where you just feel like someone just really gets you. They have they share a lot of core values with you. Just go back to my analogy, looking at the sun as like kind of the director in the chart. So this would be two directors who have quite similar ideas of what they want to realize in a movie, or a play, of what they want to see being acted out. So it's not difficult to create like alignment there. Whatever else is going on in the chart, and from my own experience, I've always felt quite comfortable with people, around people, meeting new people that whose sun is in the same element as my sun, which in my case is fire. So in your case, it's earth, and Capricorn is earth as well. So this is about being grounded, about wanting to establish something serious. These are two signs. They're really not wasteful. They tend to be responsible. They try to, through their hard work, often means of hard work, make their dreams come true and really build something solid. So I think this is a very good, stable foundation for a relationship, because it just creates this instant, like this harmony where you just feel somebody is really going in the same direction somehow, or you just get along quite easily, and you feel similar vibes. And so obviously that does not always have to be the case. Like your sun signs, never, they don't have to be like the most amazing match in any relationship in order for a relationship to work, by no means. But it's just upon meeting someone, it just feels like, it feels instantly familiar. It just depends from then on, like, you get to know someone, and then that maybe it turns to friendship, or it may turn into a romantic relationship, or maybe it is just a new colleague, in your workplace that you try to get along with. And so depending on that, it will be more or less influential what else is going on in a particular chart. Like for an intimate relationship, we also need to look at the moon. Moon, super important, yeah, because you need to be able to fulfill your partner's emotional needs. Otherwise, you're not gonna last, yeah, in a long-term relationship, romantic, intimate relationship. If you're just acquaintances, then that's not really a problem. But if you spend a lot of time together, or even live together, and that's super important on top. But yeah, I would say Taurus and Capricorn is a good connection. They understand each other. They are grounded, and I would definitely recommend, if you want to give it a go. Thank you. Thanks, Tony. Okay. Right. Who else do we have with a question, or maybe another little reading? Yes. How long does Saturn stay in Aquarius? Oh, yeah, Saturn in Aquarius. Good question. So Saturn will stay for all the remainder of this year in lovely Aquarius. So if you want the exact time, I can quickly give you that time. I think it's around March next year. Let me give you the exact time when it changes. Yeah, so it's like almost 1st of March. Yeah, so the early days of March next year. Yeah, Saturn will move into Pisces. Okay. So Saturn takes about 2.5 years to move through one zodiac sign. So obviously that varies a little bit, but 2.5 years is the average. So Saturn shifted into Aquarius together with Jupiter. This was December of 2020. So then overall, will be around that time. And Saturn will then be retrograde in the early degrees of Pisces, and will then move back to the beginning of Pisces. So we'll not re-enter Aquarius, because sometimes when a planet changes sign, like for example Jupiter this year, so Jupiter will it's like it's in Aquarius now, but it will be retrograde, and then end of October it will go back into Pisces for another 2 months, and then go back into Aries. So go back and forth. But Saturn will be out of Aquarius March next year. Okay, I hope that helps. Thanks a lot for the question. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you very much. Okay. Certainly, yes. What do we have? More questions? Or a little reading? Then we've got, yeah, oh, that's good. So we've got Cancer. Isn't that interesting? Like the Cancers are coming through during Cancer new moon. Yeah, that's super interesting. So there's always a certain vibe that, you know, just draws people towards something or towards doing something. And I think this is just amazing. Just, yeah, so we put Sarah in here from Portsmouth. Okay. Lovely, Sarah. Born at 1:40. Okay. Portsmouth. Okay. And today's 10. Okay, so I'm wondering what will happen with my relationship. Will he come back? Oh, will he come back? That's really something for a relationship analysis. But okay, I will have a look. Something's going on. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So you were born like about a day, I mean, not even a day before a new moon in Cancer. So this is 100% your energy. Okay. And this is in the 3rd house for you. So this is more of a lively Cancerian vibe, one that is more eager to share emotions rather than, you know, being a very of an introvert Cancer that rather prefers to observe and really, you know, keep emotions to themselves or anything really super private. So you are more of the open and kind of Cancer type, and he also likes to share. Okay, so what is going on here? So have you had a breakup or a temporary pause, or what is going on? Let me see if I can see what's... Okay, so you're gonna have a Pluto trine. Pluto rules your relationships. So it looks like there's something positive. Pluto is currently retrograde, but then it will go back and will make the trine. So it looks like eventually there's going to be a happy ending there. Whatever is going on. Let me see. Okay, your Venus, Saturn. Okay, Venus, your chart ruler. Conjunct Saturn. Yeah. Yeah, it's see the Pluto. I can't really say much else that is going on? So, okay, like it's like for an in-depth analysis, or whatever backstory has been happening or is currently happening, I would then have to look at your chart and his chart, and then merge them and compare them and all the rest of it. So that's obviously not possible here, but it looks like there is lessons for you. There's letting go lessons for you in relationships, right? This is the one hint is the Pluto ruling your 7th house. Excuse me. Which is like a general indicator, like the general vibe for your relationships. Like you really want to commit, you really want someone to commit to you, and there is this desire for a tight bond. This is emphasized by your chart ruler Venus being conjunct Saturn. So if you really believe something is yours, it belongs to you, and Venus is on the 2nd house task, and you just gotta hold on to it, with all your might. So maybe the one lesson is to just don't hold the reins like quite as tight, and try to give the other person a little bit more space. Also just try to understand a little bit more. Like Pluto is about like motives and hidden motives, and sometimes this energy in relationships can mean that you come across people who have a bit of a difficulty just really letting on who they truly are, or what they truly want, or where they truly going. So you have to take a bit of time to really find that out, and maybe allow a bit of space. But it's an energy that really makes you very curious about other people, and really understand and go very deep, in relationships. But on the other side, if you flip the coin, then it can create this energy where someone may feel like there's a lot of pressure, and they kind of need to step away a bit from that pressure, because expectations are really strong. So if you're the more aware you are of that, you can become a partner who is both wonderfully reliable and stable and truthful and honest, but without kind of giving the other person the impression that they're kind of being strangled, and they can't really maybe, I'm not going to say not move away, but maybe just also have their own space where they are kind of in charge. Sometimes Pluto Scorpio can be about power struggles. I don't really see this here, to be honest, because this is not about a bad Pluto here at all. It may just be, it's in Virgo, enter Virgo, so it may just be like holding on a bit too tightly, just for fear of losing the other person. It's just a bit of insecurity there. Maybe you feel like it's Virgo 6th house, double Virgo Pluto there. Just thinking that you have to work extra hard and make everything happen in the relationship. Just try to relax a little bit more, and just try to get into the flow a little bit more, because you are someone who can be extremely committed, and also see a very loving and very loyal person. Yeah, but it can just mean that you're holding on to the other person maybe a bit too tightly. So they will most likely come back if they feel like they're super welcome, but there is just really no pressure. And because Pluto is making the trine, it looks like there's going to be something concluding in a good way, in a positive way. Okay, so this looks, from what I can see now at a glance, it looks more positive. Okay, thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for posing the question. Okay, and here we are, folks. Yes, I'm afraid I have to leave on time today. You can do one more next time. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Sorry if you didn't get a reading today. Hopefully next time, just tune in 2 weeks, 1 p.m. I will be back, and we're gonna have the next full moon, so there'll be lots more to ask and talk about. I'd really appreciate it if you could follow me at Mirjam Astrologer on Instagram. I've also got my own YouTube channel, and I am always available to book for a one-on-one in-depth coaching. You've got all the information on the screen. Just contact me, phone or email. It's always fine. Right, I'll leave you with that, and I hope you enjoyed today's show. Thank you so much to everyone tuning in, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Tomorrow from 6 p.m, Natalia hosts her show all about the Loveitarian way. How to be a better person, and how to believe in yourself. Tomorrow night we have Deb Clark for an evening of mediumship. This starts from 8 p.m.